Yo, we're back for the Manchester United versus Man City preview. Big game on Sunday. I'm joined by a Manchester United fan. Introduce yourself, man. First time, your debut.
You know how it is. I mean, it's not my first time if you go back to
Oh
the
yeah,
the
true.
podcast day. But yeah, Old Trafford Zam, OTZ, you know how it is. Say what you want. But we're always here. We're always representing the good fight.
Yeah, but you're not wearing a United top, bro. I'm representing United, bro. You're not though.
I told you it's cold in here, man.
All right, cool. It's fine then. So heading into the game, you've lost two. Got two losses on the bounce. Man City have won one game in the last six Premier League games. Are you confident knowing Man City's form is not really that good right now?
Um, I am I am a bit confident. The thing is, our losses. So if we go two on the bounce, the Arsenal game, bro, these guys are set piece FC. I think we outplayed them at the beginning. I liked how we played with possession. To have all that possession at the Emirates, I liked it. I can't lie. I think the Forest game, that was an Onana head loss.
Yeah,
Absolute head loss again.
definitely.
So I'm not going to hold our form on us, but I will hold City's because they look dreadful, man. I think Gundogan is finished. Like
Yeah, yeah.
their last game in the Champions League, they're playing a midfield two of Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, bro. This stinks. Absolutely stinks.
No
I'm
legs. Yeah.
hoping, yeah, no legs at all. I'm hoping no physicality really either. I'm hoping if we have Ugarte and Mainu combative, winning that ball back, if we can have the possession over them like we did on Arsenal, it could be a long day. Rasmus is hitting form as well. I'm hoping, especially, I mean, the last game we played, we won, and it was a good comeback. And obviously, Ahmad's going to be on it. So will Rasmus, especially after their little exchange, which is nice. It was nice to see that there's a bit more fire. So I'm hoping we can do them, but not a smash and grab. If we can control that midfield like we should on paper, it could be a standard win for United. But it never really is just standard, or it doesn't go to plan with United. But we'll see.
So do you think you will dominate Man City in terms of possession? Because Man City, every time you play anyone that plays Man City, every time Man City have the ball, but not having Rodri, I feel like I still think you guys will have more of the ball than previously. And I feel like for me, Kobe Mainu, I don't think he's athletic enough. Maybe he might have the legs, but in terms of athleticism, I don't think he's got that. Maybe play Casemiro. I feel like Casemiro's been all right this season. Maybe play him and Ogate together against what they're gonna put Rico Lewis and Gundogan there. What they're gonna do is Kovacic injured? I'm not too sure. If not, then I think Kovacic should play next to Gundogan. But what do you think? You think Mainu needs to lose a bit of weight and stuff like that? Because I think he's kind of like little fat man.
No, he definitely isn't, bro. We see him in training. We see him in training wearing vests. He definitely isn't, not at all. He's just a bit slow because he was injured. So he's obviously getting minutes back in now. I think it's just that. Mourinho absolutely is athletic enough. I would definitely not play
Oh, he's
Casemiro though.
kind of slow, bro.
Have
He's almost got Casemiro pace, bro. When I see him,
no,
I'll be
no,
honest.
no,
He's
bro.
slow.
I completely
I
disagree.
think I think he's slow, bro. He's slow.
Mainu,
Yeah,
you're
maybe he's
bugging
slow,
out.
man. He's not fast on the ball, bro.
There's no way. There's no way. Either way, Agate has a rare burst. Like you'll see him. You'll be like jockeying, and then just like suddenly he's
Um,
pouncing.
yeah.
Um, I especially if he does that to somebody like Gundogan, there's going to be panic because this guy's lost his legs. 100%, he's lost his legs. Um, it has
Yeah.
to be this. Yeah, it has to
Gundogan
be
has been
him.
awful this season, man. Gundogan said he played well at Barcelona, comes back to City, completely lost everything. I thought in the beginning of the season that it's wraps. Like Gundogan,
Same,
previously
same.
before he joined Barcelona, he was on fire. Joins and now it's a whole different game ball right now. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah, I thought the same. Honestly, I thought this guy's going to come and they've done it again, but they haven't. Thank God.
Yeah,
We need, and the strategy that I'd obviously go with is Agate wins it back very quickly. Small pass off to Mainu. Mainu, he is just incredible when it comes to progressive runs. He's gonna take it up. And then, but when he does, we need to see a bit more composure from Bruno.
Yeah.
I'd like to play Mount at the second cam position, and then I think this is where we're really gonna get into
I
how.
don't understand why you still want Mount at this club. I don't think the guy has the ability. I think he's finished at this. How old is he? 25 or what? How
Mason
old is
Mount,
he now? For
Mason
me, I
Mount.
don't see him
Listen,
anywhere at this United team. I don't think even like if you're gonna play
yeah, he's
alongside
25. He's 25, by
if
the
you're
way.
gonna play alongside like a Bruno, you need to be the same quality as him. I think this guy stays below Bruno. I'll be honest with you.
Listen,
And also
I don't think.
your front line, that is kind of I don't know, man. I'm a Diallo right wing back, great, but in terms of your left side, I think your left side is non-existent like Arsenal because who do you have at left side? You've got no one. Rashford, he walks around on the pitch. Garnacho, he's got a low IQ. Who do you want to see on the left hand side? Or, let's say left wing, Rashford or Garnacho.
Yeah, you see, I was gonna get to this. The wing backs is what's gonna decide this game, I think, because I think the midfield should be a lock for United, but how they're gonna approach the game is gonna depend on the fullbacks. Because what's he gonna do? Is he gonna put Ahmad Cam, and then he's gonna have wing backs of Dallo and Mazarari? I don't know. In terms of what I would want to see, I think if Mazarari isn't playing centre back, I'd rather see him left wing back,
Yeah.
especially than Rashford. Because if he's going to play Rashford, he's going to play Rashford at cam or like behind the striker, do whatever. I don't think he's going to play Rashford left wing back. There's no way.
No, like left wing, like up top or
Yeah,
even
yeah,
up top.
left. Yeah, 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 agreed. But I
So you
just,
want to see
I
Rashford on the starting lineup or you don't? Do you want to see Rashford in the starting lineup?
no, not really. And obviously,
I feel
I'm
like Man City midfield, Man City right now don't really have any legs, and Rashford doesn't really need to do a lot of running, does he? Especially against this Man City side. So maybe Rashford play him there in transition because in transition, Man City are not that great, and I feel like you guys could use Rashford's pace in transition, even Garnacho's, but I feel like Rashford's got a bit better decision
yeah.
making.
But the thing that I'm worried about, no matter how terrible Phil Foden is, this guy always turns
Yeah,
up in the Man United
didn't he
derby
score a brace
every
against you
time.
guys?
Bro,
Remember, I
he
think
always scores a
last
brace or
season,
hat trick.
yeah, he
I
scored a
don't,
brace
yeah,
against you.
every game. I'm not trying to see Rashford tracking back. It's going to be a long day. To be honest, I'd rather just have Rashford come off the bench for this game. We need to really be on it. I would again. I'd play Mazarari personally,
Yeah,
left wing back, and because he can go
Mazraoui,
up as well.
yeah, Mazraoui. Do you think Mazraoui has been your best player at the club this season, or do you think
Yeah,
maybe
hundred
Bruno?
percent, hundred
Yeah,
percent. In fact, Mazarari. I used to think United's cursed. We get players, they get worse. It's this something. There's something
yeah,
booky
I
at the
agree.
club.
Agreed. Yeah,
Something's gone wrong, and I couldn't understand it. But ever since I've seen Mazarari, why is it he can put in a 7 or 8 out of 10 every game? Now I know. Now that I've seen somebody do it every single game, now I know it's not United. Mazarari, he's just a professional, bro. He
like
always
yeah,
puts in the same level.
you basically got the right hand side locked. Like Diallo's there. You've got Mazraoui there as well, Bruno as well, roaming around those areas. But it's just I feel like the left side is the same problem with Arsenal. Left hand side very weak. Do you know what I mean? So Hoyland up top for you, of course, isn't it? You're a big Hoyland fan,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Hoyland
yeah.
up top, and who do you want to see at the back? So Euro, do you want to see Euro at the back, or let's say
By the way,
maybe
just before we move to the back, your points about Mason Mount, bro. You 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 must not have seen last game. Mason Mount was electric, absolutely electric. And every game I've seen from Mason Mount recently, he's been a part of the goals. Either he's running into space, taking away players that leads into a goal. Ugarte got his sweat across goal because of this. Mason Mount flick, moved across, sweat across, easy. Um, every game I've seen him play, even at the beginning of the season when we had Ten Hag, we weren't bad at the beginning of the season.
yeah,
That's when we had that weird forward four press system that Ten Hag was
yeah,
using
yeah.
at the start. That needed Mason Mount. When Mason Mount got injured again, that system collapsed and nobody else was doing it. Mason Mount has a quality. It has to be, for me, the team. tomorrow goes, Hoyland up top, you got Mazraoui left wing back, Diallo right wing back, and or right forward, whatever he wants to call them. Then you
Yeah, yeah.
got Bruno Mount behind, Agate and Menu behind those two, and then the back three has to be um, Martinez,
He's back,
De
yeah.
Ligt, and yeah. He only missed one game,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
Actually, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So Martinez
and
maybe Euro or
Martinez on the left centre back, and then De Ligt in the middle, and Euro right centre back.
so what do you make of Euro so far? I think he's played 2 games, isn't it? And I feel like last game he wasn't really like he wasn't in the flow. I don't think he was playing. I Let's say he didn't play good in my opinion. So in terms of him in the future or going into this game, do you think Euro might dominate because you're playing against Haaland as well? So you got to be careful with that guy. Maybe the Ligt might be more onto him, but do you think Euro might
Yeah, that's why he's
make
in
us?
the.
Do you
To
think
be
Euro
honest,
might play like show the world that we've signed this guy for a reason? Because tomorrow is a
I
statement
think in
win. It
the
has to be a statement
in
win.
the small cameo that he played against Arsenal, he was doing some crazy tackles, some
Yeah,
like Aaron
I remember
Wan-Bissaka
that. Yeah,
type of I'm taking the ball off you. Again, bro, he's missed a long time. So you obviously do need some minutes back in, which is why I was saying Mainu, you might think he's looking a bit slow, but it's purely just the fact that he was out for like 4 or 5 weeks. Um,
yeah, yeah. That's true as well.
Euro's gonna come in. He should show the especially against Doku, bro. If he can shut down Doku,
Mhm.
I personally don't think Doku's too much of a threat anyway. But if he can shut down the that pizzazz the guy's got, just tell him to sit down a bit. It would be a
The,
good statement. If
the
Haaland
only
comes
thing,
in, the
yeah,
lift is it.
the only thing with Doku is the guy's feet is very, very quick, and he obviously is like a one-trick pony, but he's got a
Yeah,
burst of speed. He'll just go. He does the little feints, goes to the left, goes to the right. So obviously Euro hasn't really faced anyone like that yet. So it's going to be a challenge for him. And obviously Ahmad drops back as well, and it'll help him a lot as well. Ahmad defensively he has been good as well. So obviously on the right side we'll probably see for Man City we'll probably see Savio. Are you worried about him because he hasn't scored in like 19 games?
I mean, I don't know because you know what? Yeah, they're such a mess. Sometimes they play Jack Grealish centre mid, and they'll put um, Silva on the right.
Rico Lewis
But
in the middle as well, and then play
yeah,
and also
they do a lot of weird stuff, man.
and
I don't
yeah,
think any of it works really.
and they've been playing Kyle Walker, bro, too much now. Most of the mistakes was from Kyle Walker. Do you think you'll see him in the
Yeah,
starting lineup, or you
yeah,
think
yeah.
you
They'll
be out?
definitely play. It's a big game. They're gonna play their big players. They have to because form doesn't matter in a big game, especially a derby.
Yeah. Is it at home or is it away? Let me see. Are you
Again,
playing at home?
to be fair, I'm actually
Let
not
me
sure
see.
either. To be honest, I think they're at home.
Yeah, Man City at home at the
They're at
Etihad.
home, yeah,
Let me just quickly run
yeah.
through your head-to-heads. Obviously, you beat them in the Community Shield, whatever you want to call it.
FA Cup, FA
Sorry,
Cup.
sorry. They beat you. I think Community Shield penalty. You beat them in the FA Cup 2-1.
Yeah,
Obviously, in the
Sancho
Premier League.
miss. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Obviously, in the Premier League, you they beat you 3-1. They beat you 3-0. They beat you 2-1. You beat them 2-1. 6-3, 4-1 to Man City. Two is looking kind of spooky, bro. If I whenever I keep going, to be honest. But in total,
Go back to the Solskjaer days, bro. He had Pep's number.
yeah, everyone knows that. Man United 2-0, 0-0, 1-0. Yeah, to be honest, Ole and Spurs, they're always dunking on them, fam.
Yeah, always agreed.
2-1 as well. And head to heads, we've got 19 wins for Man City and 15-4, obviously for bloody United. So in terms of Ruben Amorim, he obviously against the big teams you guys lost. You lost against what's it called? You lost against Arsenal. I think that's the only big team you played, and you lost
Yeah.
against Forest, who's been really good this season. Are you worried knowing that Man City is a big game, and so far your record kind of against stronger teams is not that good? Are you worried, or do you
No,
trust
not
the
really.
players?
No, because I get that Forest is they're doing good now, but that's not a big game. We usually do slip up against smaller teams, even though they're ahead of us. It sounds arrogant, but It's just a
Forest this
fact.
season has been strong. Like they're a strong team
Yeah,
this
yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah.
They're not a
They definitely have.
big team, but they're still a strong team. And beating
Yeah,
you
but
guys,
what I'm trying to say is when big teams play each other, form doesn't matter. It
yeah,
is what happens on the day,
that's true.
really. Because even that massacre that we got at Anfield, the 7-0, we were the better team. They were
Okay.
completely out of form at the time, and we were unstoppable. That was like, Ten Hag in his prime at United, Casemiro in his prime. Bro, they were just in the gutter, but then the game came and they whacked us. So it's just a big game. A big game against big clubs, it's different. I don't think form's going to do anything with it. I reckon Pep. The one thing I was thinking about, because Amorim dunked on him in the Champions League,
Yeah,
I reckon Pep, he's been thinking about this and he's already lost his head.
sleepless nights, fam.
I yeah, agreed. I'm thinking like, this guy's going to lose his mind and just choke this, like do
You
something
reckon?
proper crazy.
I feel like this could be the turning point of Man City's season. I feel like this big derby, a lot of pressure. I feel like there's more pressure on Man City than on Man United. Obviously, you've got a new manager, Amram, coming in, still trying to figure out. He still hasn't got his profile players. Still trying to make the players get used to his system. Obviously, there's more pressure on Man City than United. So even let's say you lose this game or draw, do you think it's gonna change your season or just
The thing
things
is,
to
this whole season is a free hit for Amarim. The whole season because we've got the Europa League,
you
so
reckon you're gonna win it? Yeah,
we should win it. I mean, it's only Spurs, really.
just go through the
There are some other decent teams, but realistically, it should be Spurs and United. Um, Either way,
yeah, yeah.
we need to try and win the Europa League. The Premier League,
You've got a good
even though
chance.
we're not that far off. Yeah, even though we're not that far off top four, I mean, to be honest, with the way it's looking now and the way Europe's going, it's looking like fifth place in the Premier League could be Champions League as well. So we're not
Yeah,
that far off. I know we're like 13th and it's thing, but we could be in the top four already. But we obviously choked against Forest. The Arsenal game could have been a bit better, but it's still not completely gone. We're
you
still
still have
not
hope
that
for top
far off.
four. You still have
Yeah,
hope for.
yeah, we do, but this is all a free hit. This whole season's a free hit because the fan base has matured a bit. They now know this guy, this manager. He's so proven recently, bro. He beat Man City when they weren't out of form, slapped them, and probably derailed them. We know
Yeah,
that the manager is not the problem. 100%, it's not the
nah,
manager. So
definitely not. It's
if he wants
individual
to keep
mistakes.
figuring stuff out, the league is where he's going to do it.
Yeah, even last game against Victoria, it was what's it called? It was Onana's mistake as well. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
obviously against Forest as well. That's what my question. Next question is that in this game or even in the future games, I would say they would, in terms of your losses or dropping points, I would say it's more on individual mistakes than the manager himself. That's what I believe in. Do you also believe
Yeah.
the same? So let's say against Man City, do you think that you lose based on individual mistakes, or do you think okay the manager maybe set it up wrong? What do you think?
I, if people, even though I haven't even seen the game yet, but unless there's clear mistakes that Amarim makes, if we lose and the media link it to Amarim, it's just racism from the English press. It must be. But to be fair, I think Amarim is one of the only non-English managers that is becoming really good friends with the English media. I was watching some
So
other
far, yeah.
podcasts. We
So
had
far,
some,
yeah.
yeah, we had some tier one journalists on the podcast, and what they were saying is in their community, so the journalists, they all feel as though Amarim gets down to a human level and he doesn't get like pissy with them. He
I've
doesn't,
watched his interviews.
you know,
I've watched his interviews. Like
yeah,
he's so clear on what he needs to say. He's every answer, every question, he's got the
hmm
answer for it.
yeah,
Even with Gary Neville, he says, "I don't really care about your opinion." It doesn't, with the Gary Neville. I haven't watched his recent interview, but since he's joined, he's had so many interviews, man, so much media, and I feel like they need to relax a bit as well because they're taking the piss. There
yeah,
was one
but
that
yeah,
came out as well.
this is also another point for United, man. We have too much media, media honors all the time. Too many interviews, bro. Amarim hadn't even gotten the job, and I had seen him more on socials than I'd ever have, even though he was like undefeated at Sporting.
Yeah,
It's insane. And then when he got the job, and then I saw like 8 interviews in the week. I was like,
exactly.
bro, give the guy a break, let him go do something. But because he's like, I'm hoping that the English press won't just try to throw him under the bus. And yeah, that Gary Neville thing, I believe Gary Neville said something like, why is he changing the team around so much? And in my head, I'm like, well, obviously he's trying to figure out who the problem is,
Exactly. Yeah.
who he can trust in his system. Even if a player was bad for Ten Hag or good for Ten Hag, you don't know if he's good in this system. Because, in fact, one of our best players over the last couple of years has been Diogo Dallo. But surprisingly, he's one of the players that's gotten a bit worse under Amorim.
Yeah,
Not to
you
say
can't really
Dallo's a
blame
bad
him. Yeah,
player.
you can't really blame him for
Yeah,
playing everyone.
it's a
He has
system.
to
It's a
play. He
system.
has
Yeah,
to play everyone to
yeah,
understand. Okay, this guy's good for this role. Like, look at Ten Hag. I was so angry at Ten Hag for not playing Amad Diallo because I knew what kind of player he is and what he can offer. But now look at him under Amorim. He's playing really well, and a lot of fans online saying, "Oh, this guy keeps rotating. He's rotating for a reason." And obviously, coming up with transfers as well, he'll get his players a lot of deadwood in your team as well. He'll have to get rid of.
yeah. I like that he's already made his first signing as well.
Who,
We
who,
got
who?
that left back.
Oh yeah,
Uh, I,
18-year-old, isn't
yeah,
it?
I don't even know his name to be honest.
What his
But
name is?
what I do know is this guy's going to be at the club for 3 more years before he's going to meet the homegrown criteria. They're saying he's a good player. He's going to be homegrown now. It's just it's smart moves, and especially United. We never go to that market in South America when we really should be because Chelsea have fleeced it.
Yeah,
Um,
Chelsea, Real Madrid's feasting as well. They're onto them Brazilian players. So this guy's name is Diego Leon, 17-year-old.
yeah,
The fee is being discussed around 3.9 million, rising to 6 million for the 17-year-old. I've never heard this guy, but so
neither have I.
this is my point now is that in terms of this 17-year-old, do you reckon this is a Amarim type of signing? Do you think that's what he wanted, or do you think the Ineos
So
just improved their scouting system? Let's just go to
yeah,
South America.
one of the reasons why we got Wilcox is because of that Southampton team he made a couple of years ago, especially. Obviously, he's done more than that, but we brought him in as this kind of as this kind of role. To be honest, I'm not sure what his complete role is now that Murtaugh's gone, but his job is to also look at younger players and bring them in quickly, which is what he's done. So the thing is, a lot of the players that we get in, they are all Ineos signings.
That's the
So
issue.
it was the
That's
same.
the issue.
Yeah,
That's
it,
why
it was the same
I
with
think
Ten
yeah.
Hag. Yeah, it's the same when Ten Hag was here last year. Zirkzee, Ineos confirmed signing. Ugarte, Ineos confirmed signing. De Ligt, that was surprising. Ineos confirmed signing. All of
No,
them were.
I think
All,
in the Ligt, I think he still had a role to play because they're both Dutch.
no,
In
no,
my
no, 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 no. They,
yeah, come
they
on,
they
bro.
spoke about this. No, no, they spoke about this. They've already confirmed it. They said they presented it
Ten
to him.
Hag signings were Anthony, right?
Yeah,
Anthony, Malasia, therefore,
yeah,
Mason
yeah. No,
Mount.
no, it's just last year. No, no, it's just last year.
Oh, okay,
Only
okay.
that
Last year.
summer. That's
So
when we got Ineos.
I'm
Yeah,
asking in general now, like since Ten Hag joined. So the players he signed:
since
Anthony,
Amram joined, you mean?
Malasia.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm saying
Yeah,
Ten
yeah,
Hag.
yeah. Okay, I follow. I follow.
Mason Mount as well. No,
Yeah.
who else? Who else did Ten Hag?
Onana,
Yeah, Ten Hag. So I
Hoyland,
feel like he had more of his
Martinez.
own signings than the club signing Ten Hag, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
United gave
yeah, but
them
that
the
was in his
free will.
contract, bro. So he
Okay,
had a veto clause, which Amram doesn't have.
okay. Well, can you explain to me and to the viewers what that is? Veto clause.
So basically, Ten Hag could say no to a signing, to a sale
Ah,
and a signing. Ineos, when they came in, they wanted to take this out of his contract. He said that's not leaving my contract. That this
also,
was also a reason why I thought this guy is going to be gone eventually. But
also, it's not in
Amram
his
doesn't have
contract
that.
now. It's not in his contract.
No, Amram doesn't have that.
That's to be honest, that's not good really because why does the owners care of who they obviously I know they should care, but ultimately it comes down to the manager himself who he wants. Like you can't force a
Yeah,
player to join, for
they're not
example,
going
Ugarte and
to.
these guys.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is going to be they will consult the manager. It's not a thing where
Yeah, of course
take
they
him.
will. Yeah.
They are going to consult him. They are going to take advice from him as well. But ultimately, if they really like a player, they're going to get that player.
Yeah, but even if it doesn't fit your system, why are you doing it? You're just ruining
No, no,
the
but
player, and
they're going to be thinking about the system. They are going to think about the system. It's
so
meant to
those
be a
kind of
change.
signings, I'm saying those kind of signings the club wants to make, it should be like statement signings, like players like Leao or Florian Wirtz, Musiala, those guys. Not, let's say, like a Diego Leon, like he's a 17-year-old kid, bro.
To be
Is
honest,
that even his Amarim signing? I don't know.
yeah, it's not. I think it's Wilcox has scouted him and brought him in. But the thing is, we can't keep going for these, these marquee signings all the time. Although I do think Wirtz is the perfect Bruno replacement.
Yeah, yeah, Wirtz is incredible, man. But to be honest, I would say once you've hit the Champions League, then you can make these kind of signings. Right now, it's more of a rebuild, and going into the games, obviously, Man City is a tough game. Let me just go through your fixtures. You've got Man City in the Premier League. You've got Tottenham, Carabao Cup. You've got Bournemouth. Bournemouth is tough. They beat Man City and Arsenal. You've got Wolves, Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal, straight one after each other, and then you got Southampton, Brighton, Rangers, Fulham. Obviously, it gets a bit easier, but in January, your
Yeah,
f- is looking difficult, bro.
but you see how tough the Premier League is.
Yeah,
These La Liga teams, they will not survive in this kind of league competition. This is what I was trying to tell you, just for reference, for our own banner.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. So
but we're gonna go on a run, man. We have to go on a run. What are we gonna get relegated? No, well, we
nah,
have
nah,
to go
nah,
on a
nah,
run.
nah. I feel like you finish in the top six. You
Yeah, that's
finish
what
in.
I'm saying, bro. Top five could be Champions League because we've got Chelsea will probably win Conference League. If they
Yeah,
don't
there
win
was
Conference League, bro, this is gonna be embarrassing. And then
conversations, man.
and then United and Spurs, if they go very very far, and one of them probably should win Europa League, and then Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, they're looking dangerous and obviously City. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Premier League teams are doing good. So top five could be
You
Champions League.
can, yeah, and also obviously I want to get back to the game. The injured players that City have right now is Stones, Akanji, Ake, Rico is suspended, Rodri, and Oscar Bob. Whilst you've got obviously Luke Shaw, who's never available, and Johnny Evans. Well, I'm reading through here, but I want to talk about Onana. Onana, obviously, this is a big game. Form doesn't really matter. Do you think he's gonna turn up? Because you're
Okay,
playing
so
you've got Haaland up. You've got Haaland. I feel like Haaland, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne is back as well. He's definitely gonna start. And I feel like City are looking at this fixture saying, "Yo, we can just smack them because United are not really that
yeah,
great as
but if they do that,
well."
they're gonna get counter punch in their jaw, bro. De Bruyne is kind of old. I think he's gone to Saudi next year, bro. And
Yeah,
he's injured again. We don't know how De Bruyne is going to look. There's no way they slap him into this game. If they do,
he's definitely
a
starting. I think.
midfield of bro,
I think
if
it's
they
United,
have
bro.
a
He's
midfield
United fan.
two, yeah, I know, but
They want him to
we'll
feast, innit?
see.
They want him to
They do
feast.
these, but I think he's gotten a bit slow, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Ugarte really needs to absolutely dominate this game
So
because
your
these men are
midfield needs
slow.
to step. Your Ogate, mainly if he's starting, or Casemiro and De Ligt. But that triangle just outside your box and in your own, like what, and you mostly when you're defending, those three need to be on point compared to others because Doki
Yeah,
you can
to
handle
be
him. Yeah,
Yeah, Doku agreed. I think Euro can lock him up, but to be honest, I was never a fan of De Ligt. Never wanted him. Uh, but I've got to admit when I'm wrong. I think he's been very good. He's been very
yeah,
good. I think he's put
agreed.
in a lot of 7 out of 10s. He's obviously had like the odd 5 or 6 here or there, but the whole team has. In general, him and Maz have come in and done a Mazza, pun intended.
Bars,
But
bars, bars.
yeah, agreed. But I like the lift. He's physical as well. He's quicker than he looks. He has to absolutely clamp and just take out one time on a dirty slide, Haaland. He just to tell him like, yo, Wagwan, I'm here. Has to.
And Martinez as well. The only thing I'm thinking about Martinez, man, the guy is short, bro. And if he's going for a header against Haaland, he would just or Diaz or Guardiola, he's just gonna get slapped up
Yeah,
with it.
but the thing is,
He's
he
five
just
ten, bro, same
provides.
height as me, fam.
Yeah, but the thing is, he still provides in this system on that side. The amount of balls I've seen him ping because he's left-footed, he breaks the line so well.
That's what I was
It's
gonna
just
get into. Yeah,
yeah, it's so rare to see a centre back just keep breaking lines and giving. It's like a gentle ball over the top to start attacks. But yeah, man, the height it is tough. It is tough. But the lift and Euro are 6'4", bro.
yeah.
I
Oh
I
shit,
think the lift
Euro
is
is
even
tall,
six
bro.
five. Yeah,
Damn. Oh my days, Euro is hella tall. But also Martinez, in terms of his passing, since Rodri's not there, Gundogan's lost his leg. Silva, Rodri's out. Silva might be in there. I feel like Martinez's passing in this game is vital, man. Really, really vital. It's really
yeah.
important.
But so is
He needs to.
Onana's. So is
Yeah,
Onana's.
yeah, Onana as well. Because a ball over the top, Walker is gonna sleep, in my opinion, definitely. So you need to take advantage of that side. Vardio, if he and obviously if Edison plays, you've got Ortega. You can obviously punish them guys. But I feel like this game it's important for Hoyland. I think the most that he needs to show himself in this game the most.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
physically, I agreed. Because these City defenders right now, they can get pushed about, weighted. Um, but he needs to do it. He needs to do it. I can't lie. There was one moment. I don't know if you saw the Victor Splend game, right? There was one moment where they played Hoyland through. Hoyland's one of the quickest players in the league. He ran. He got the ball. The defenders chasing him down. He should have kept going straight. And when he collides with the defender running at him, just shake him off. Like Haaland does. But
Yeah,
instead, he
yeah, yeah,
slowed
yeah,
down and went to the side to get a shot off on his left foot. He should have just continued running, made collision with the defender because the defender would have ran at him. He should have firmed it and basically been so strong that the defender either falls or just does nothing and laced it with his right foot because he's got a weak foot. He's got a great
yeah,
weak
yeah,
foot.
yeah.
But I need to see him, and that's what I like to see. Or I like to see that he did. That they had the argument with Ahmed because if my
Yeah, yeah,
striker
yeah,
now
yeah.
gets more angry, more hungry, he's going to be more physical. This game against City is the perfect chance because they're big names that will build a lot of confidence if he waits them about. But even though they're big names, I think they have dropped off significantly.
Amram did say in
Hoyland
his
needs the bag
interview,
too.
Amram did say in his interview that, oh, I like that they're arguing. We're a family. You can argue with your brother, sister, and whatever as well. But Hoyland, he can bully them. He's got the strength, in my opinion. He's got the pace. Maybe running behind Bruno Fernandes, through balls. Mason Mount mainly off the ball. A lot of energy if he does start, but I don't think he will start. Let's see. In terms of predictions, do you think there's going to be a lot of goals, or do you think it's going to be like a 1-0 or 2-1, whatever?
Bro, it's the Manchester derby. It's always goals in this game. Um, it could be a massive scoring game.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. The last two
I
Premier League
think it's
games,
4-2.
the last two
I
Premier League
think
was
this
3-1
finishes
and
4-2.
3-0. Sorry?
Yeah, I think the game finishes 4-2. Either
2?
way,
To
either
who?
way, either way.
Who? Okay.
It's going to be hard because it's a big
It's,
game. I need to see how they're going to line up, and then I need to see if that rat bastard Foden is going to start. Because if he starts, he's he's got at least a goal and assist in him. And if
no one
you know
Pep,
what I
he's
mean,
gonna start him. I'll be honest. No one Pep, he's gonna start him, bro.
yeah, he'll definitely start. Again,
This
I
is
think it's
nice.
4-2. I'm really tempted to say the team that scores second may win the game. This is just like a random gut feeling I have, but I've got 4-2 on the table either side. Otherwise, otherwise, that's only because of Manchester Derby. Otherwise, if I look at the teams on paper it should be a 2-1 win to United because I think their midfield is just so poor. And I don't know
Agreed,
what their
agreed.
injured players coming back looks like, but they also have quality to score. So I think 2-1 on paper is the result to United, is what it should be. But I think when the derby hits and the crowd gets going and all of a sudden there's adrenaline, some players are making their first Manchester derby as well. It could end up into just being a 4-2 shootout.
Yeah, definitely going to be goals, a lot of goals, especially how in terms of defensively and midfield for both teams. And I do think you said 4-2. I think it's going to be 3-2. I think it's going to be a tight game in terms of the score sheet, and I feel like somebody's going to get a late goal, 80th,
You know,
between the
yeah,
80th
yeah.
to 90th.
This is a good point. I can also see a 3-2, and then like in garbage time, another goal to make it like 4-2. Maybe one team's going a bit too hard. Yeah, it's football, bro. Anything
Maybe
can
like
happen
a
because that
late counter attack from United, bang straight, make it 3-2, or yes, or even like a penalty, bro. Like VAR
anything.
these days.
To be honest, we don't get penalties. I don't remember the last time United had a penalty.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Actually,
genuinely don't.
that's true.
I
Yeah.
actually don't, bro. Can you check this, bro? When was
Let
the
me
last time we
check.
got a
Let me
penalty?
check. Obviously, let me check. So let me go to. Damn, I don't think you do, bro. What the hell?
Bro, it's only the London teams that get penalties, man.
Even less than no PA.
Ooh.
Okay, no Ahmad Brace against Chelsea. Against Chelsea, you
Yeah,
had a
against
penalty. That
Chelsea.
was back in November, 3rd of November, so a month
Even
ago.
even that penalty, if you were to go check when the last time we got a penalty before that was, you
Yeah,
would be
that's what I
looking
was
for
thinking.
time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, that's my prediction. What's your prediction?
3-2
Three
either way,
two.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna get a late winner, and I think United's gonna score first, get the fans' hopes up, and then it's gonna be back and forth, and somebody's gonna get a late win. I think United might get the win. I think they'll edge it. I think they'll make it 3-2. But I don't want. I'm not 100% confirmed, but it's either way. But I'm leaning towards United
Yeah, their midfield on paper should get dominated by us, but
easily.
United never deliver how they should on paper. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want to say something and these players let me down again. I don't know.
you don't
Yeah, that's
get
what
your
I'm
hopes
saying.
up.
On paper, this is what it should look like, but then, bro, we could start the game and half the players don't give a shit, and then we lose like 3-4 nil.
It's pressure, man. A lot of pressure, man. But more pressure
Yeah.
on Man City. But I think this is it for the Man City and Man United preview. We'll have more videos coming on soon as well. We're gonna do a reaction, hopefully for after reaction for the Manchester City and United game. Make sure you follow OTF. Do you want to shout out maybe a Twitter or Insta or something?
Yeah, my Twitter's as you see it, Old Trafford Zam.
We're gonna be making more videos, man. Follow me as well. Follow my Twitter, and we'll see you guys again.